Hello, and welcome to the Archives. Today, today I'm taking a look at the latest data pack for the Red Sands cycle, which I believe I'm going to double check real quick here, which I believe is a Crimson Dust. Crimson Dust. So we're going to check out that particular data pack and dive in and see exactly what the wonderful fun cards that are in here for. So let's jump right into it and go to the first card. Here we have Mining Accident. It is an Anarch run event, or an Anarch event. 2 credits to play, 2 influence, so it can be splashable. Play only if you made a successful run on a central server this turn. The corp must pay 5 credits or take 1 bad publicity. Remove Mining Accident from the game instead of trashing it. Okay, so this is something that can just take money from the corp or give them a bad pub, and it's removed from the game instead of trashing it, so there's no recursion for it. So you can't just keep recurring this, like, kind of like in a way, it's almost like an account siphon, because if they don't want to take a bad pub, they need to pay 5 credits. And it's not on the run that you make on the central server. So if they have archives open, you can just make a run on a central server and then play this and siphon them for 5 if they don't want to take a bad pub. So yeah, having it being removed from the game instead of trashing it prevents that from being recursion spammed on you. So I like that. 5 credits or take a bad pub. That's going to depend on... I think this would be most useful in a runner deck that makes use of bad pub against the corp, but I'm not 100% sure. Interesting, though. I like the removal from the game instead of trashing. Alrighty, let's move on to the next card. Here we have Respirocytes. Hardware Cybernetics, 0 credits to install, 3 influence. When you install Respirocytes, suffer 1 meat damage. The first time you have 0 cards in your grip each turn, draw 1 card and place a power counter on Respirocytes. When Respirocytes has 3 or more power counters on it, trash it. Okay. So I know from reading one of the books, Respirocytes are cybernetic blood cells that allow you to breathe in a vacuum for a short period of time. So thematically, this is quite, it works quite well, because if you got no cards, it makes you draw a card in order to keep you from being completely defenseless. I like it. I like this one. And of course the art showing red blood cells, and some of them have like little glowy lines, blue lines on them. I like it. I like this one a lot. I don't know if I would ever use it, but I'm sure this has a place in some decks for drawing cards. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Salvaged Vanadis Armory. It is a resource clan. 0 credits to install, 3 influence. It has the ability trash this card. The corp trashes the top X cards of R&D. X is the amount of damage you have suffered this turn. Use this ability immediately after having taken damage. Has flavor text: Vanadis, a Martian arms manufacturer, was among the first sites targeted from orbit during the war. Interesting. So this lets you trash cards off the top of R&D if they do damage to you. Yeah. So if you can get it set up properly, where you can get and survive like 10 damage being done to you, because you have to suffer it this turn. So if you can get it where you can survive up to 10 damage, um, you can then use this to trash 10 cards off of R&D. I'm sure there's a way you could do it. It's just not coming to mind right now. But yeah, this could definitely be interesting in the right deck. Probably definitely an Anarch deck, because 3 influence, that's a heavy splash cost. Interesting. I like it though. I like it a lot. Alright, on to the next. Here we have the criminal card, Aumakua. Program Icebreaker AI Virus. 3 credits to install, 1 memory unit cost, 1 influence, 0 strength. Whenever you expose a card or access cards, and do not steal or trash any of them, place a virus counter on Aumakua. Aumakua has +1 strength for each virus counter on it. 1 credit, break ice subroutine. I dig that. I dig this card. This is kind of cool, because you can expose cards and access cards and not steal or trash them all the time. And as long as the corp's not purging virus counters, then, and unless they have something that lets them purge virus counters in a single click, that's going to take their whole turn to do. Which, I've seen corps do it. But yeah, I kind of like this one. Of course, part of me wants to go and put the dedicated processor on Aumakua and use it as my breaker. Because 3 credits to install it, then it's 2 credits for +4 strength, 1 credit to break ice subroutine. I don't know. But I love the artwork of a turtle. That's pretty cool. I think this is a Hawaiian bit of mythos, perhaps, or the Polynesian in around that area. The name seems to suggest as much, but I'm not 100% sure. Okay, on to the next. Here we have Caldera. 3 credits to install a resource virtual. 1 influence. 3 credits, prevent 1 net or brain damage. Flavor text of the electric pulses rip through the net, backtracking Loss's location. When they hit his defenses, they spent themselves against the slope. Alright. See, this is the sort of thing I would not use it to prevent a net damage, but I would use it to prevent a brain damage. 3 credits to prevent 1 brain damage? That could be handy. Indeed. Alright. I like it. I like it a lot. Let's move on to the next card. Here we have Diana's Hunt. A run event. 4 credits to play. 4 influence. Shaper card. Make a run. Whenever you encounter a piece of ice during this run, you may install a program from your grip, ignoring all costs. When this run ends, trash all programs installed using Diana's Hunt. Now, you got an image of, it looks like a lady holding a bow shooting arrows. Of course, the Greek or Roman, I forget which, Diana, goddess of the hunt. So, yeah. Definitely, I like all the mythological things that you get going on here. I do. And we've already seen the God of War and Persephone. both from Greek, I believe, or possibly Roman. I can't remember. It's one of the two. But yeah, this is nice. Install a program from your grip, ignoring all costs. When the run ends, trash all programs. So if you had programs or a way to pull programs before the end of the run, you could get free use out of them with this. I'm sure there's a way. I'm sure there's a way. Anyways, let's move on to the next. Here we have Reshape, an event, 3 credits to play, 4 influence. Swap 2 pieces of unrezzed ice. I wield the power cosmic, a galactic force that can reshape the net. Songe Galaxy. Interesting. A very interesting artwork on this card too. Yeah. But I like this for what it can do. This would probably go well in my smoke deck that had that revolved around Top Hat and Escher to manipulate ice. I like it. I like it quite a bit. Of course, you'd need to be able to see what the unrezzed ice is first. Interesting. Anyways, on to the next. Here we have Dummy Box. A resource virtual, 1 credit to install, 2 influence. Trash a card from your grip. Prevent an installed card of the same type from being trashed by the corp. Flavor text of aptly named by Guru. And it's an image of a little box with a switch on it, and that's about it. And like a little LED indicator light. The Dummy Box. I can dig this. This is kind of cool. I'm surprised I haven't come up with something like this earlier than now. But yeah, I dig this. The Dummy Box. Very cool. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Corporate Defector. 0 credit to install, resource connection. Neutral, no influence. Whenever the corp spends a click to draw a card, not through a card effect, reveal that card. Flavor text of he was suddenly very motivated to pass on confidential information. And you've got a guy being like pulled into a helicopter or something, and they look like some sort of monsters or something coming after him. I don't know. But I like this idea of revealing cards that they click to draw. But it's not through a card effect. So using Jackson to draw a card, or your mandatory draw, or Illegal Arms Factory, which draws you a card, or anything like that for the corp, would not trigger with this. Still, could be handy if the corp is fishing for something. Alright, on to the next. Now we're into the corp cards. We have the Hospiroid Agenda, CFC Excavation Contract. 4 credits to advance, 2 agenda points. When you score CFC Excavation Contract, gain 2 credits for each rezzed Bioroid. Oh my. I can see this going into my Bioroid deck. Yes, I can. Possibly with Sadar. Yes. Flavor text of, sure, we also use human labor. They are more easily replaced. Emil Merk. I like this. If you have like nothing but Bioroid ice, and you've got all your ice rezzed, 6 pieces of Bioroid ice out, you score that, that's 12 credits immediately. Yeah. I like this one a lot. I like agendas that make you money. It's strange, but I do. Alright, on to the next. Here we have an asset for Hospiroid. MCA austerity policy. Unique, so you can only have one active at any one time. 1 credit to install, 3 credits to trash. Place 1 power counter on MCA austerity policy. When the runner's next turn begins, you can click to place a power counter on it. When the runner's next turn begins, he or she loses a click. Use this ability only once per turn. You spend a click, trash it, and 3 hosted power counters. Gains you 4 clicks. 3 influence on this. So a hard splash outside of Hospiroid, but oh my god. That click. Spend 3 turns powering it up. And the 4th turn, you get 4 clicks. So if you do this on your first click of the 4th turn, you'd spend a click, trash it and the host of power counters. You would gain 4 clicks, so you'd have 6 clicks that turn left over. Yeah. You could, if you had the money, you could install, advance, and score a 5 advance agenda. Because you would have 6 clicks after that first one when you use this. And if you had it in hand, install, advance, 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 score. Wow. Yeah. This is definitely going into a deck of mine. Don't know which one, but it is definitely going in. Okay, on to the next. Here we have Restore. Operation for Hospiroid, 1 credit to play, 3 influence. Install and res 1 card from archives, paying all costs. Remove all other copies of that card in archives from game. Okay, so this is going to let you install and res a card from archives, paying all costs. So you have to pay the res cost, you have to pay the install cost, if there is one. But it lets you get a card out of archives for a click and a credit into game and in play. Could be handy, depending on the card you wanted to use. For example, if you wanted to use this one, if you wanted to use Restore to bring out the MCA austerity policy, it would cost you a click and a credit plus another credit for the res cost, and it would be in play. And then the next click, you could click it and put a power counter on it and be a third of the way to being primed to be used. But you'd have to remove all other copies of that card from archives, or in archives from the game. Now, that is a good distinction, because if you don't have any other copies of that card in game, you can install and res it for no other cost. So that's something to think about, because it has to be in archives for it to be removed from the game. If it's in your hand, if it's in R&D, if it's on the board, it doesn't get affected. Yeah, I like it. I like it a lot. All right, on to the next. Here we have Breached Dome. It is Jinteki. Asset Ambush, 0 credits to res, 0 influence, or 0 trash cost, 2 influence. If Breached Dome is accessed from R&D, the runner must reveal it. When the runner accesses Breached Dome, do 1 meat damage and trash the top card of the stack. Okay, so this does a meat damage and trash a card from the top of the runner's stack whenever the runner accesses it. And if you'll notice, if accessed from R&D, the runner must reveal it. Okay. But it doesn't say it does not fire from archives. So Breached Dome fires from archives. Which means my idea for an industrial genomics deck I just got a lot spicier. Because if I've got Shock, which fires from archives for 3 net damage, and Shikyu, which fires from archives, which can do a potential of 3 net damage if I want to pay a credit for each one of them. 3 Breach Domes will do 3 meat damage and trash the top 3 cards from the runner's stack. And then Honey Farm also fires from archives, which makes the runner lose 3 credits. Oh. Running archives could be a nasty, nasty thing for the runner to do. I love it. I love it. Okay, yeah. I'm definitely thinking I'm going to have to make my Industrial Genomics deck here soon and include Breach Dome in it because that is beautiful. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Sandstorm, a ice trap deflector. 2 credits to res, 5 strength, 3 influence. It has 1 subroutine. Move Sandstorm so that it is the outermost piece of ice protecting another server. The runner continues the run from this new position and is now running on this new server. Trash Sandstorm. By the time the data storm passed, the landscape was transformed and she was hopelessly lost. I like this idea. I like this deflector ice. Definitely will work well with Ag Infusion, but also possibly with some other decks. Yeah, I like Sandstorm. Because if you could kick that, put that over, put a Sandstorm in front of a agenda you're advancing, the runner runs on it, you kick them over to another server, and they have to run on that server now. Yeah. I like it. Especially if you did that with Industrial Genomics, and you've got your archives already seeded. Go ahead, run on archives. Of course, they don't have to access. They can not access. Nothing says that they can't jack out on this. Still, I like it. I like it. Alright, on to the next. Here we have AR Enhanced Security, which is Alternate Reality Enhanced Security, I believe. Agenda Security, 3 credits to advance it, 1 agenda point. The first time the runner trashes a corp card each turn, give him or her 1 tag. Flavor text of only NBN's SEC teams were outfitted with systems that could read data flows and see into the net. Nice. So you've got like, you're looking through the vision, through the systems that can read the data flows, and so you see all the overlays on things. Yeah, I like it. I do. This is quite good. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Rolling Brownout. Operation Current. 2 credits to play, 1 influence. This card is not trashed until another current is played or agenda is stolen. The play cost of each operation and event is increased by 1. The first time the runner plays an event each turn, gain a credit. So it not only makes it more costly for the runner to play their events, it makes your operations more costly, and the first time they play an event each turn you get a credit. I can dig it. Yeah, for sure. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Threat Level Alpha and Operation Double. 3 credits to play, plus, as an additional cost to play this operation, spend a click. Trace 1. If successful, give the runner 1 tag for each tag he or she has. If the runner has no tags, give him or her 1 tag. And then we got 2 influence on this beast. So Trace 1 doesn't seem like much. It would cost a lot to boost it. But if the runner is low on money, This could be a simple way to give him a tag. Or give him more than one tag if he already has some. Yeah. I can dig it. It's not bad. Not bad at all. I wish that was like Trace 3, but what can you do? You can only accept what Fantasy Flight wishes to give. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Priority Construction. 1 credit to play. Operation Double. As an additional cost to play this operation, spend a click. 1 influence. Install a piece of ice from HQ, protecting a remote server, ignoring all costs. Place 3 advancement tokens on that ice. Ooh, hello. Yes. Now this is a card that needs to go in a deck that is running Hortum, I think it's Hortum, or Bulwark, or I think Colossus. Any of the ones that the subroutines change once it gets 3 advancement tokens on it. This card is fantastic. Because you can just install it and get 3 advancement tokens on it for 2 clicks and a credit. Definitely worth the inclusion. And only 1 influence on this beast. But oh my god. This would be fantastic in those decks running that, because then you've got something that can do serious damage and you don't have to slowly advance it over turns. You just get it out there. Get them. I love it. Definitely an inclusion in my decks, I think. Alright, on to the next. Here we have Fractal Threat Matrix. Upgrade Security Protocol. 4 credits to res, 3 trash cost, 3 influence. Each time all the subroutines are broken, on a piece of ice protecting this server, trash the top 2 cards of the stack. Oh, hello. I embedded recursive data loops into the go, no-go subroutines of every piece of ice, Ants and Rose. Okay, now part of me wants to use this in a in the deck that I made for potential Unleashed. I want to include 3 copies of this in that deck because it's already trashing cards off the stack every time they get net damage. Then you stick this as an upgrade into a server with multiple pieces of ice covering it. That's going to keep the runner out. So that each time all subroutines are broken on a piece of ice protecting the server. So if they come in and you've got 3 pieces of ice that they need to break through, that's going to get rid of 6 cards on their stack. And if some of those are going to cause net damage, it is going to cost them even more cards from their stack. I so want to include this in that deck. I'm going to have to see if I can't, because this is delicious. Delicious. Alright, on to the next. Here we have the last card in our deck. Conundrum. Ice Codegate. 8 credits to res, 4 strength, 0 influence. Conundrum has +3 strength if there is an installed AI. 3 subroutines, the runner trashes an installed program. The runner loses a click if able. End the run. A ghost image of it could be made out. In the static of his BMI, he hoped never to run across the real thing again. Okay. So you've got, what is it? Quandary, Enigma, and now Conundrum is, I think, a beefier version of the other 2. Because the image on this one looks kind of like Enigma and Quandary in a way. Yeah, that's cool. I like this one. If they have an installed AI, this is strength 7. But even if they don't, it's still strength 4 does not fall to Yogg, which is handy. Yeah, I like it. Very cool. So that's it for the Crimson Dust cycle, or the Crimson Dust data pack, the last of the Red Sand cycle. Thank you all so much for watching, listening. If you like what I'm doing, please give that like button a tap. Give that subscribe button a tap as well if you haven't already, so you can be kept apprised of when I do new videos. And throw a comment in the comment section. What do you think about the Red Sand cycle and the Crimson Dust data pack here in particular? What do you think about the cards in it? There's definitely a lot of fun stuff for the corpse in this. And a lot of stuff that seems to be hitting the runners kind of hard, which I'm a fan of because I'm a corp guy. I'm just that kind of a dude. So do all that with the comments and the liking and the subscribing. And until next time, my friends, remember, keep running.